Hi everyone, welcome to the video. Thank you for tuning in. Before we jump into the news today, this must be said, none of this is legal, tax and or financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Please do your own extensive research before investing. Okay, now that's been said, let's begin. The last time Bitcoin broke above $8,000 was in November 2017, after a 26% pullback 16 days earlier. The break marked a pivot point for the bull market of 2017, where Bitcoin pushed upwards another 150% to reach all-time highs 3 weeks later. Today, Bitcoin is surging above the $8,000 level once again, but under different conditions. For over a year, the crypto has slogged through a bear market that pulled its valuation down 85% from its peak, hitting a low of $3,130 in December 2018. When Bitcoin was trading around $8,000 on 25th of November 2017, it dominated the market, achieving 52% of overall market cap across all cryptos. And there's a chart there as well. And now that it's broken over 8,000 again, it's now at a 57% market share this time round. So there's that increase. Also pointing out here, transactions per day that looks like it's about between April 2017 and now, so it's just over 2 years. And this points out, so back in November 2017, 337 daily transactions. Meanwhile, over the past 24 hours, so we've got 390,000 confirmed transactions between 600,000 addresses. And that's, for May 2019 data. Now that's a positive sign. So more information about what has changed since 2017. So the Bitcoin outputs, scrolling down here, the mean pool size keeps on going. And then what I do want to draw your attention to is major infrastructure upgrades. Bitcoin saw 3 technologies implemented on its protocol since 2017, which reduced fees and increased its capacity. Batching. The bundling of transactions has decreased the total number of transactions conducted on the Bitcoin blockchain while allowing a greater number of economic transactions to take place. This batching has reduced congestion on the network. We have SegWit, or segregated witness, and that was incorporated into Bitcoin via the soft fork on August 2017. Quick side note, I'm trying to do more paraphrasing as opposed to verbatim reading, so do bear that in mind in case you're wondering. Key reason for this was to get rid of the signature data that made up approximately 65% of the space in a given transaction. So it gave it more space to fit in the blocks, and then the fees were reduced, and then more transactions could then move through the network. On that note, the Lightning Network as well, so we've got the second layer solution so that it frees up the space for smaller transactions to then occur outside of the main blockchain for Bitcoin at a minimal cost. Important to remember here, the Lightning Network was first brought up in 2016 and it's still under development. So this will increase the number of transaction channels. Back to the top. So what are your thoughts about this information? Always welcome your feedback about that. So I've come across this article here by according to this author here, one of the bloggers from the Motley Fool, Kevin Godbold, what a name. The Bitcoin price will crash again soon because the latest rally was merely a dead cat bounce and not because of the crypto's fundamentals are strengthening. I could imagine Warren Buffett is probably thinking the same way because he's obviously been a major skeptic, or a major critic of cryptocurrencies, especially Bitcoin. And again, just his thoughts on this, back to the top. Now, as much as I could talk about this, for the sake of brevity, I'll move on to the next article. However, I do encourage you all to do your own research. Feel free to look through all of these articles. I'll provide a link to all of them in the description and make your own judgment that way. Now, Cryptopia is in the news again. They're just gone from bad to worse with the situation. For those who aren't aware, there was a big hack that happened. Actually, a few hacks that have happened recently. But let's look further into this. So Cryptopia, the cryptocurrency exchange shattered by an over $16 million hack earlier this year, is in a huge mess as the third-party server host demands $2 million to release customer data. So in January, they got hacked not once, but twice. In the first case, the attacker stole approximately $16 million worth of Ethereum tokens from over 76,000 wallet addresses. That's the second time. The losses were less significant. The hacker siphoned a total of 1,675 Ethereum. that is still large nevertheless. There's a tweet here from Cryptopia urging its customers or any prospective clients to not send any deposits to Cryptopia. While the operators of Cryptopia attempted to get their crypto exchange back on track, they failed, which resulted in the company being liquidated and filing for bankruptcy in the US earlier this month. According to this, despite the liquidation the company's in, CCN reported on the 21st of May that attackers had moved $125,000 worth of Ethereum to Ether Delta. So, a bit about liquidators there. Instead of running a database of its own, Cryptopia has hired a third-party host in Arizona to store all of the company's customer info. Instead of running a database of its own, Cryptopia has hired a third-party host in Arizona to store all of the company's customer information. Now, the Arizona company is terminating Cryptopia's agreement, demanding $2 million from the crypto exchange. To summarize this, I think this comment here from the author sums it up so succinctly. Despite its growth, it seems like Cryptopia's operators have still handled the cryptocurrency exchange as a hobby project by making odd business decisions that resulted in the fall of the company. I'm going to leave it at that. It is just disgraceful that they have essentially allowed this many hacks to occur. This is why it's recommended to not store money on an exchange, especially large or vast amounts of crypto, because you're at the mercy of the crypto exchanges if you just leave your funds on there, especially large amounts of funds, and then they all get hacked. Or you get the phenomenon of a haircut, metaphorically speaking, where those who hold 14 and 43% of Bitcoin and Litecoin respectively, then all of the users had those taken from them to then compensate for the losses, and that places a huge burden on everyone, and I don't think that's fair. So again, you're at the mercy of these crypto exchanges, whereas if you have the funds offline, especially in a secure crypto wallet, offline wallets such as you've got Ledger, and then you've got Trezor, and they have their wallets. I have a link to those. I have a referral link to those in the description if you are interested. As a side note, I know Binance, I just want to throw in as well, Binance got hacked as we know, but at least Binance had the SAFU fund. It's like the emergency insurance fund. So at least they were fairly well equipped. And then as time progresses, more of these exchanges and companies will have a form of insurance or compensation scheme in place. Now, I could go on about this, but I want to move on to the last article of this video here. So, Samsung is in the news. Reported by Business Korea last week, Samsung may soon integrate cryptocurrencies in some capacity into its Samsung Pay network, which purportedly sports over 10 million active users. Samsung Pay also purportedly constitutes more than 80% of South Korea's payment market, making it much more like the WeChat Pay of the nation. Recently allocated resources from its blockchain task force to its services business division. What's more, the integration of the newfangled technology makes sense. Business Korea explains that if blockchain got thrown into the Samsung Pay mix, it would not only increase the adoption of the service, but would make the user experience much more streamlined, especially in terms of fees and transaction time. Just goes on there. Crypto adoption is happening. And then this, just to summarize the rest of this article. So it talks about AT&T's announcement, how they would be accepting Bitcoin payments throughout, with BitPay there in the USA. So, and then we've got Samsung Pay. Pardon my naivety in case I've missed it, but I think Apple, I wouldn't be surprised if they make an announcement in the near future about this, because over time more people will jump on the bandwagon. Speaking on the matter, Kevin McDorman, Vice President of AT&T Communications Finance Business Operations Unit, drawled, and I do quote, "We're always looking for ways to improve and expand our services. We have customers who use cryptocurrency, and we are happy that we can offer them a way to pay their bills with the method they prefer." End quote. And it's pretty much summarized there. It wraps up about there. read the bits and pieces in between. What are your thoughts about this? Well, not an official announcement, but the speculation that Samsung may be incorporating this crypto into Samsung Pay. I look forward to your feedback. To wrap up, let's have a look at the crypto prices for today. Overall, it's looking very good, and hopefully this is not a dead cat bounce, as was mentioned earlier in the video, and that we get some sustained growth, and then we could take this to $10,000 per Bitcoin and growing, hopefully, to then eclipse the all-time high by the end of this year. Fingers crossed. Let's have a look at the prices as well. Now, when I click on the Bitcoin prices here, I've actually noticed something very peculiar with Live Coin Watch. And feel free to comment on this if you've noticed. But it's saying this would be amazing if it ever happened. Apparently, according to this 24-hour high for Bitcoin is $1.055 billion per token. My goodness, that would be wonderful. But I highly doubt that. That is a huge discrepancy and a big typo there. This sounds plausible with that. I have no idea. I don't know what's going on here. If you're experiencing a similar issue, please let me know. I think I noticed this happened with Dash earlier today as well. So I still like Live Coin Watch. I've noticed something very odd. So the Dash price here, it says it's $39.43. But when I went on Binance and then I looked at, I've got another app I use to check the prices, and then I'm going to go onto CoinMarketCap. It's giving what I believe is the more accurate price of about $164 there, because the other services I use that offer crypto prices also give me this as opposed to $40. So always, when you see a huge discrepancy, just double check that and take some of this information with a grain of salt. As I'm wrapping up, I do want to point out here's my channel, Cryptocurrency Logic. If you enjoy it, feel free to subscribe to it. If you enjoy the video specifically, you're more than welcome to share it with anyone who you believe will benefit from it. Feel free to give it a like. Feel free to also check out my Twitter page as well. And if you want to leave a comment either here or just say g'day on the Twitter page or in the video comments, you're more than welcome to. Thank you again for tuning in. Hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. And I'll chat to you soon. Take it easy. See ya.